This is a demonstration of Saucy's activation bot. The bot starts off with this screen where users can select from preset options or type in what they're looking for. Let's start with ceramic coffee mugs as an example. So what this bot does, its purpose is to help users to narrow in on what they're looking for and see the options available on Alibaba and 1688. Saucy's role is then to take over from there, facilitating conversations with relevant suppliers to work things out. The first step is helping users find the right products, sometimes starting from something as basic as ceramic coffee cups, as with our example here, sometimes something more specific. What we've noticed is that finding the right product is an iterative process. People look at results, refine your search based on new specs or details that they spot along the way, and continue on. Our bot is built around this concept. It helps users zone in gradually, rather than acting as a one-shot search mechanism. As you can see, our results are grouped into different categories. The first group is espresso cups. The second is more like coffee mugs. This is a feature we designed specifically to surface a wider range of possibilities, especially when the query is broad. The goal is to help you see different options in the market. This is also useful for exploring different price points. If we search for stainless steel tumblers, for example, I'll expect to see options grouped by price range. And there we go. The bot has found options and grouped them by different price points so you can understand how the market looks. Coming back to our ceramic coffee cups example, the idea is that users can keep narrowing down what they're looking for. Now that they've seen the initial results, maybe they realize they want something more rustic. So they type something like, I want options with more rustic, handmade vibes. Our AI adjusts its search accordingly. Behind the scenes, it's reading through hundreds of results and comparing them against what I've specified. It's not just returning a simple search. It's shortlisting the most relevant options smartly. So this is pretty cool. I'm now seeing options such as this hand-pinched textures or this rough pottery vibes. Results which are angled towards the direction I guided the bot. I actually really like these options, and let's just say I want to compare two of them. I select the product cards, click compare, and get a clean table showing a side-by-side comparison. Another helpful feature, I can select a product and ask a bot specific questions about it. For example, does this come with reactive glaze, which is a type of glaze used by handmade ceramic coffee cups? The bot will answer questions it can answer based on the listing data. But a lot of the information simply isn't available in the listing itself. Our bot is smart enough to detect that. So for questions that are not covered in the listing, or maybe for questions which are more sensitive, that we might not want to just take the listing's word for it, our bot will check with the supplier before giving an answer, and it will insist on this instead of giving an answer right away. This is important. We built the bot specifically to avoid hallucinating answers. Now, if I ask a more generic question like, help me understand the specs of this product category, what do I need to watch out for? The bot can answer this. And the bot is drawing from actual results data, not just its own general knowledge. It is looking at the product category as represented in the search results and surfacing relevant callouts. Things like food grade certification for glazes, the wall thickness, and other features that appear as key details in the results listings. You can continue these conversations to explore options or narrow down your selection. When you're ready to move forward with a product, you can say something like, I like this one, let's get a quote. Here is just a button. From there, all you have to do is fill in your details, and this creates what we call a sourcing request. A sourcing request gets handed off to our other agents. Those agents will continue the conversation directly with the supplier, confirming relevant details, and then come back to you with a quotation and additional details. This might include things like customization options, lead times, and other questions you can only really answer by talking to the supplier. Information that's usually not listed, or if it is often incomplete or outdated. So this is our centralized back office platform. Everything flows from here. Here, the customer is looking for a custom ceramic mug. Quantity is 1,000. The target price is 2. And they've also requested for a logo customization. And here's the reference image that they have uploaded. Sourcing logic kicks in automatically at the back end, and the sourcing logic is able to surface very relevant products to the customers. The first product is exactly something that the customer is looking for. The second product has also a similar design. And as we can see, this product is available in 3 variants. The price is mentioned here, and our AI was also able to figure out the must-have requirements and preferred requirements for this product. And the sourcing logic was able to fulfill all the requirements that the customer is looking for. We were also able to find a very relevant supplier with a decent scoring as well. Let me also explain some of the inner workings of our sourcing logic. So the very first thing the sourcing logic does is to cast a wide net across by doing a keyword and image-based search across platforms like 1688 and Alibaba. And for this particular case, the sourcing logic was able to search 1,128 products. And we have a very accurate image search logic as well. As you can see, when I select this image that the customer uploaded, I'm able to find very relevant products over here. So these products have exactly the designs that the customer is looking for. Now, the next step is how do we shortlist the best products from a list of these 1,100 odd products. So we do that by our shortlisting algorithm. We call that spec matching. Over here, as you can see, we have a lot of scoring algorithms across both products and suppliers. We have a cleanup pipeline in place as well, which basically scrapes all the attributes from suppliers' listing pages on the platforms and all of the variants available on the listing pages. And then we do some spec analysis using our proprietary algorithms and assign a score on these products. Finally, we select the best products from the list and surface the same to the customer. After the customer selects the products that they're interested in, our second agent, the supplier bot, takes over. The supplier bot automatically initiates messages to the relevant suppliers, prices, lead time, and specs. And we are also able to have a very human-like conversation with the suppliers and collect relevant information like this. And the good thing is that the suppliers will not know that they are talking to a bot because our supplier bot curates the conversations in a very human-like way. The supplier bot is also able to share some attachments with the supplier, like the logo files, images, etc. Once we collect the information from the suppliers, we then create our quotation with the actual data points around prices, minimum order quantities, etc. We share this quotation with the customer and answer any further questions until the customer is ready to proceed to sampling. So this is the end of the demo. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.